Okay, so hello everyone, welcome. This is just a sequel of the explainer of why the Ghana Football Association is proceeding to Tamale to organize the GFA elections, despite applications being filed by people against GFA elections, which is scheduled for Thursday in Tamale. So, one, the Ghana Football Association, their tenure of office is expected to expire on October 25. The current court issues, it is unclear when those court issues are going to be cleared. In fact, there are three of them I can mention. Imagine one issue. Okay, so two of them are expected to, the Georgia Free Human Rights Court case is likely, in fact, it is expected to be moved on October 12th. The GFA is expected back in court with King Faisal also on October 12th. And then the other one from Baba Yahya. Okay, so should it happen that the case again is adjourned or the two cases are adjourned and they go beyond October 25, the day Keto Kriku and the current executive council of the GFA were voted into office, it means that their tenure would have expired. So they will not have any locus to hang on as leaders of the Ghana Football Association by October 25. So if you were Kurt and his executive council, or the advisor of Kurt and the executive council, what would you say? From where I sit, by October 25, there will be a vacuum if the GFA does not organize the elections, because Keto Kreku cannot hold the position as president again. And anyone, anywhere, can come and kick him out of office and say, you're no longer the president of the FA, you don't have the right to be here. The people who gave you the power to be here, that power has expired. So what do you do? From where I sit, I feel that the lawyers of the Ghana Football Association have told them the consequences of contempt of court and order. Let's go and organize the elections. We'll handle the contempt issue later, should it come up. If it doesn't come up, they are good to go. But if it comes up, they'll go and fight it. There's also the other angle that I have personally explained, and many people who have listened to me many times on Joy FM game plan, I've always said, application for an injunction is not same as injunction. You file an injunction when a judge has decided to communicate to the other party that I have ordered you to stop what you are going to do. In that case, an injunction has been filed. But when you file an application, the judge is yet to determine whether he or she would grant you that your request to put on hold what the other party wants to do. So in this case, the GFA, I'm not a lawyer. So sometimes some of these things, I don't want to put myself in the position of a lawyer to speak, but sometimes just look at it from the layman's perspective. It's English. A notice of an injunction is not the same as injunction. When you file an application for an injunction, it's an application. It's like you applying for a job. If you submit your application for a job, you've not gotten the job. So until you've gotten the job, you cannot say because I've applied for a job, I'll stop looking for a job. No. You will continue to look for a job until such a time that the company that you've submitted your application to calls you and gives you the job. I don't know if this analogy makes it. There's also the other aspect. The other aspect where Georgia Free and his team filed the notice of application. They served the Electoral Commission. They've served the Ghana Police Service. This I can say on all authority, that the Electoral Commission is a body that would not organize the GFA elections in Tamale, because they have been told. Unless, of course, they are also going to damn the consequences and proceed to organize the elections for the GFA. The Ghana Police Service, they've also been told that there is a notice of injunction on this process. So, unless of course they also want to damn the consequences and go and provide security for the Ghana Football Association to organize the elections. But like I mentioned earlier, when you file an application for an injunction, it is not same as injunction. So yeah, people can have their leeway to still go ahead and do other stuff. One of the things that I've heard Samson Ladi Ayenini explain about applications for injunctions are that he said he would not advise his client to proceed and do something when there is a plaintiff who has come to submit a notice of an injunction and served him. If you are duly served, he will not advise. He will not advise because the legal system in this country is such that it does not give you the lacuna for you to proceed and do whatever you want to do. If you do, you could be in contempt of court. If I heard something right, that was the explanation he offered. So the legal system in Ghana has made it in a way that when the very moment you are served, you cannot proceed. But like I explained, the GFA would proceed to organize the elections and fight the consequences later. Because by October 25, if they don't have leadership in place, there's going to be a vacuum at the Ghana Football Association. And that is one thing they want to avoid. Okay, there's also the other aspect. Someone asked me a question. I was like, the question was, is it not an illegality that is about to be perpetuated by the Ghana Football Association? I've spoken to lawyers. Another person also asked me, what if the GFA, its elections committee, say they are an independent body and at no point were they served with an injunction notice on the GFA elections? Two lawyers have offered me explanation. They both said, in as much as the elections committee of the Ghana Football Association is an independent body, it is within the structure of the Ghana Football Association. So the Ghana Football Association is a legal entity that can sue and be sued. But the committee within the Ghana Football Association, it is not a legal entity on its own that can sue and be sued because their duties are under the umbrella of the Ghana Football Association. So they cannot